But Scotty, welcome to the fucking show, man.
Here we are. Here we are. It's only taken how long?
It's taking a while.
I know.
Pedro's, you're like, oh, I'll be doing. I'm like, fuck, I canna. And then I'm like, no, you can come. And you're like, I've got to cancel. That's just life, man.
It is.
That's life.
Busy.
But you are fucking flat out busy, especially with the boxing.
Constant. For the moment I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just stop till 9:30 at night.
Really?
Every single day, apart from a Sunday. Sundays depends. I might take a kids out on a Sunday, and Joey especially when I'm doing boxing.
No, I see your stuff on online with the band doing it at the beach and stuff. I got doing the pub, but it's just ace.
Yeah.
Ken,
Oh, he loves it.
He's coming on, eh?
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. He's been doing it now. He's 10 in May, and he started when he was 3. So
Wow.
yeah, he's been doing it.
Future champ, man.
Definitely a future. I'm a next big John Fury. I'm telling you.
I'm wanting ringside seats, mate. Yeah, we're in our circle now.
I'm telling you, I am the next big John Fury. One day you'll be sitting watching TV and I'll be headbutting something, a war or something. Come on, then.
Fucking hell, man. He's some cookie. I'm like, he's mental.
Clean off the top.
He is off his fucking rocker, that cunt. It's good TV, though.
It is.
It is good TV.
It works. It works.
Oh, it's mad. So, so, like, you've had a bit of a story, yeah?
Aye. Well, where do I start? Where could I start, actually? Well, okay, we'll say...
You served?
I did serve.
That was Highlanders, wasn't it?
I was in the Highlanders, yeah.
How long for?
7 years. 7 years in the Highlanders for... I joined up... I joined up because the judge told me to join up, basically.
Well, that's a story in itself. The judge told me.
Yeah, the judge basically told me. It was either... I was kind of in the... thinking, well, will I do it? Will I nay? And I was in with a bad crowd. I was breaking into cars, stealing cars. I'm just running about like an idiot. Heaps of us, running about like an idiot. And I mind walking past, because at the time, I think it's still there now, it's at Belmont Street, the careers office.
It is, aye.
And I walked past and I said to myself, right, I'm gonna go in. So I went in, and the guy's like, oh, how's it going, mucker? How's it going, mate? Otherwise, that's the patter, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah. So, you want to join up? Oh, yeah, I'm really keen to join up. Okay, so got me signed up and everything else. And I was like, this is great, you know. So I went home, and I was staying at my granny's at the time. So I told my granny, and she was like, oh, wow, your granddad was in World War II, prisoner of war and stuff. Your lot of family. And I thought, oh, that's really good, Scott. That's really good. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm definitely going to go for it. And I trained my ass off. I really did. I trained hard for it. And I remember going to the Belmont Street the day I was supposed to go down for selection. Walked in, guy's like, here's your travel warrant. Go down to Edinburgh Waverley. Jump off a train, there'll be a bus waiting for you to take it to Glencourse. Okay. It's like, cool, no worries, okay. So first time I went for him. So I jumps in the train thinking it's fair out to my mum and stepdad there, they were all bawling, greeting, and he's going away to war. No, I settled down, I'm away for 3 weeks, so just calm down. So got on the train, down to Edinburgh, and could I find this bus? I could not find this bus anywhere.
It's panicky at age, Ken.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Massive. So I walked out of Waverley, and I'm walking about this. Of course, you get out of Waverley train station, there's about 1 million buses.
Right,
like, which one do I go for? So I walked up and down and up
big
and down.
yellow line.
Up and down and up and down. I'm thinking, I can't find this bus. And obviously, I'm that old. There's no mobile phones at that point.
That's right, aye.
So I was like, right, okay, what do I do here? So I went back down at the train station. I'm thinking, right, well, I've got a return ticket here. I'll tell you what, I'll jump in the train, come back up the road, and I'll just say to my mum, look, they're not recruiting this weekend, Mum. They're not recruiting this weekend, Mum. So I'll just say to you.
So you just never met anybody?
Couldn't find anybody.
Fuck, I didn't ken this, man. That's a big
deal.
deal.
Yeah, so I got on the train, back up the road. Says to my mum, they're not recruiting. Nobody showed up, so we're going to have to rearrange. All right, okay. Okay, that's fine. So I'm like upstairs. Yes, got away with that again. Because I was at a point I was thinking, do I really want to do this now? Because this shit's getting real.
Aye.
So next day, I woke up and I'm like, right, what kind of tomfoolery am I going to go up till the day? And knock at the door, 9:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck's that? So I starts walking down the stairs and hear my mum open the door. Hi, it's Scott here. And I just looked down the stairs. There's 2 soldiers stood there. I was like, fuck!
AWOL, I thought
Oh,
you
no.
were even in, man.
Like, shit. So I was straight up the stairs. I'm thinking, right, okay, how do I get out of this? Scott, get downstairs. So I get down the stairs. I'm walking down the stairs. I was like, all right. Like, all right, Scott, how you doing? I was like, ain't not bad, yeah. Where are you supposed to be? I says, and I'm looking at my mum and I'm like, Edinburgh. And she's like, fucking good. I could see she was biling.
Raging. Aye, biling. That's the
and
word.
I says, Edinburgh. Right, so what do you want to do? And of course, before I could say anything, I was going to go like, well, they weren't actually recruiting. Shut the fuck. The guy's like, listen, he says, I'll give you 2 options. He says, you either stay here or you come with me. And I says, I'm going to stay. Mum's like,
Honestly.
out the door. Fucking out the door. In the back of Land Rover, the horse me down to Edinburgh that day. I fucking bawling and greeting all the way down the road because I just didn't care.
You're just young, Ken.
All the way down the road. I guess to Edinburgh. I met him with a guy called Ricky Buse from Orkney. And ever since then, we just clicked and got through selection and that was it.
Fucking.
That was it.
That's a belter, man.
Yeah.
I didn't care that about you.
That was mad. It was like, and I was thinking about it. I was thinking, what if I said, no, I'm just going to bide here.
How different your path could have been.
Yeah.
What do you think you would have done if that didn't happen?
I reckon, and this is gospel truth, I reckon I would have either been dead or in jail.
It's quite uncanny because I'm the same.
Yeah.
How close that was for me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of boys in your position that have ended up coming for kind of rougher backgrounds. But they was my best soldiers.
Aye, exactly. Aye.
But and folk think they only come recruiting for underprivileged areas because they think we're stupid or something.
Yeah.
It's like no,
Yeah.
we just mark the best fucking scrappers.
Exactly.
And you know
There's no give up, is there? There's no
exactly. I like that. There's no give up.
Nobody's got to tell you for the day. Nobody's got to say. Well, they obviously do tell you for the day, but nobody's got to say you can't do it.
Aye.
I fucking will do it.
I was saying a pipe with a lad the other day. I was speaking to him. He's an ex-sniper, cracking lad, fucking 6'3", a unit of a cunt, right? And we're yapping, and he's Danny Boy, that story about Danny Boy, that the first modern British story of boys fixing bayonets.
Okay, I think aye.
They made a film about it, a TV program about it.
Okay.
On the BBC, but he said he was in that. And he said that they ran out of ammo. They're out in Afghanistan. Shit's gone down. Fucking Jimpy's out of fucking ammo. Sidearm, rifle, and grenades gone.
Yeah.
He says, and then it just came over. Fucking the command came over. Right, boys, fix bayonets. And he said that he heard the boy saying, "I've been waiting my whole fucking career to say that."
Yeah.
And he's clicked, and I'm like,
That's
not somebody that came from a privileged background.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I've been waiting my whole life to say that. I mean, most folk would be like, "Oh no."
Okay.
So no.
You see the whites of their eyes then, eh?
Imagine that.
I know.
Fixed bait.
I know. Christ.
It would be fun though.
Yeah. Oh, it would be.
It would be a bit of fucking. That's a bit of fun. That like. So if it was your army career, like, if it was.
Well, through basic, did I can't even remember how much it was now. It was like the first stage at Glencourse, and then you went down to ITC Cartrick. We got through selection, through basic training, and you joined the battalion. Now, when I started basic, I was quite a skinny little lad, and coming home on leave after basic training, the amount of people that noticed, they were like, "Fucking hell, you're massive now. What the hell's happened?" And I was a lot more confident. I was a lot more like, this is what I want to do. I remember when I first came out basic, I had to go do 2 weeks training, 2 weeks recruiting in Aberdeen.
Right. Okay.
And obviously you're wandering down Union Street with the G10s on, and everyone's looking at you. They're all like, "Oh wow, look at this guy! Look at kind of street with 3 soldiers walking down the street."
That presence about you.
Exactly, and I loved it. I was like, "This is," because look at me, Steve. I love the attention. I lap it up. So I was like, "This is great. I love it. And then obviously I went down to, because we were based at Cartrick. Our regiment was based at Cartrick, so back down to Cartrick again. And I think my company was in Ireland at the time, so there was nobody really there when I first joined the battalion. So I was just kind of left to it. So given a room, blah 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 blah. Sorted out. There was a few guys I met in way and got in touch with, and we had a bit of a laugh out in the sesh and whatnot. And then the guys came back maybe 6 weeks later. So I got introduced to other guys, and I got put into a proper platoon, and I felt like one of the boys.
Aye, of course.
Because obviously all through basic I was known as Milne. Well, it was actually my nickname was Sanji.
Was it?
Sanji. That was because I had dark skin.
Dark skin.
Sanji. Everyone called me Sanji, and obviously the section commanders and that Milne. You know. So when I joined the battalion, they were all like, right, obviously we need to think of a nickname for you.
Aye.
But at the moment you're just Scott, either Scott or Scotty. So it was like, I hadn't been called Scott or Scotty for fucking weeks. This feels good.
Aye.
And the guys are talking to me and everything. So we're in the armory and we're cleaning weapons. And we're just so where you from, Scott? Oh, I'm from Inch. And oh yeah, that's good. Yapping away. I'm thinking this is great. And I look through, and this fucking unit of a guy walks in, civvies on. I'm thinking, Jesus, he's a fucking big dude. So he's in and he's shaking hands with boys and he's house things, and all the senior ranks are yapping away to him and stuff like that. And I'm kind of looking over, I think, fucking hell, he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's clocked me and he can walk in there and, all right, son. I was like, all right, how's it going? And he kind of stepped back and he's like, what's your name then? I says, my name's Highlander Milne, but everyone just calls me Scotty. And he went, oh, he says, my name's Barney. Everyone calls me Sir. This is my company sergeant major. Never been introduced.
Fuck's sake.
Everyone calls me Sir. And ever since then, he's fucking hated me.
Honestly?
He hated me. It didn't matter what. So that was all right. I remember at that time we had a change parade, like just to check out our number twos and stuff like that.
Aye.
So I'd just been given my number twos, because through basic we never got our number. Well, we got number. No, sorry, it was number ones.
Aye.
Never got number twos. So I goes into right. Okay, get your jackets on, check its kilts and everything on. And I'm looking. The guy next to me, he's got a jacket on, and a t-shirt.
Aye.
So I'm like, okay, that's what I'll do. Jacket, t-shirt, spats on. I had him the wrong fucking way around.
Oh.
So I came fucking running downstairs and everyone thinking I was Archie, and he's like, oh, who the get that cunt over here? Spats were on the wrong way around, Rangers top under my fucking number 2 jacket. Oh my god. It didn't matter what I did. I could have won a lottery.
Rangers jacket.
Shared
oh,
it with
you're
him.
asking for trouble, man.
he just hated me. He just hated me. And thankfully he wasn't my platoon sergeant for sergeant major for long. But that friend request is still sitting dormant. I've got about 50 or 60 mutual friends. It's still sitting dormant.
It's funny the amount of folk at Facebook's a weirdy now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I see fucking lately, I've had folk add me on Facebook and it's like Fire Stick TV fucking... and I'm like,
I know.
Fuck off.
Yes.
You weird
I've
cunt.
blocked them about 17 times. Stop it. I'm not interested.
It's just weird, Ken.
Yeah.
Weird thing.
Yeah.
But it's funny you saying about Sergeant Major. My first Sergeant Major, because I got posted to Germany when I was 17. Mm-hmm. I'm just not even an adult yet.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm still a minor.
Yeah.
Well, not a minor, but...
Yeah.
Ken,
A bairn.
Yeah. And I'm fucking 17. It was the first time I'd been on a plane, fucking flat. Didn't even have a passport. They gave me a chit.
Really?
They gave me a chit. It's fucked up, man. I had a piece of fucking paper in my back pocket, a chit, so I could fucking get to Germany. On the way, our first 2 days, boys team at Archie's at the bar on camp, top shelved me twice. Lights out, man. Just fucking lights out.
Stephen.
Oh, gone. Man, I'm not joking. When it's that next morning, I was fucking harsh.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major's PT. Because it was a Sunday session, so he would have been out Monday morning, Sergeant Major's PT, 7:30 on the parade square, and we're there, came for an hour. And it was one of that, like, combat PT sessions, so it's like, you're doing firemen's lifts and into the fucking wagon, back out the wagon, Ken, press-ups all the way around the vehicle, climbing out of the fucking back in the bed for that shit. So, of course, I'm fucking juggling this hangover. And I'm like, dinner. So it comes to the end. It was a 45-minute session. Everybody's lined up. Right, boys, Ken, fucking good session today. Fucking busy week ahead, Ken, blah, blah, blah. Right, anyway, fucking sees it, fucking troop lines. Fall out. Pointed. I heard was, okay, PD, clean that up, and that, and that, and I just going. So anyway, Abdi's laughing, Abdi's joking. I felt a bit better. Got some breakfast. Doing the fucking troop lines. Sergeant Clark. Sergeant Clark was the biggest man I'd ever seen. He was a Scottish tug of war champion.
Okay.
He looked like Desperate Dan, and he spoke like it. BD, what the fuck did you do on my fucking parade script? I was like, fuck. He's like, go and see the fucking Sergeant Major, BD. I fucking marched up to Sergeant Major's office. Did the whole fucking, time, man. In I go. Halted. Obviously, that's salute him, Ken. Sergeant Major, that's salute. But go in and he's like, right, this can go one or two ways. He says, we can put you up in OC's fucking orders, or we can shut the door right now.
Oh, I've heard that.
He's 38-year-old.
Yeah.
Ex-para. I'm 17 and like this.
Yeah.
So I went, I was like, I wanted the respect, Ken.
Yeah.
I've only been here 2 days. I'm like, I'll shut the door, son. He went, good choice. And he says, right, shut the door. I'm not joking, man. I turned around. So I didn't realise this, but he's getting up out his chair. By the time I shut the door, he'd get me fucking two of the fucking kidneys.
Yeah.
I was piss and bleed for a month.
Yeah.
Ken. Now.
So you just want to get away with that now?
I got away with it now, eh?
No.
I didn't complain. I had a bit of a tear in my eye, Ken. Because I just got fucking hiding.
Yeah.
And I grew up scrapping, but
yeah.
Ken, somebody's got full fucking kind of think your size here.
Yeah.
The boys are like, oh, you want to yet again, William? I was like, no, I fucking win, eh?
No, but that's the thing. That's what's missing there, I think. I sound like an old bastard saying that.
No, you didn't. Have you seen what they're teeing out now?
The yellow and red cards.
Yellow and red card. They're getting a lie in now. They're trialling this, getting a lie in.
It's just shit.
That's not somebody I want defending me.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
No.
I'm against it. I was thinking about this morning. There's a lot of stuff because you can get cancelled for so much stuff these days. But see, when it comes to like, this isn't like you can't say those things. It's like, hang on a minute. We're speaking about defending a country here. This is never you've got kindness and niceties.
Yeah.
You want lunatics in the front line.
Yeah.
People that are capable of thinking.
They're not scared.
They're scared.
Then they get to turn around and say, "Fuck, where's my red card?" You know what I mean? That's just
100%.
Yeah. It's so daft. So daft. And when I heard about it, I was like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I remember when you fucked up in the battalion and the basic, whatever, you used to get dragged to the toilet and fucking leathered.
Aye.
And that was it. You didn't do it again. You didn't fuck up again.
You didn't, did you?
No, you took it and you just, whatever, man, you just got on with it. And
What was the best thing about your time in the Highlanders?
meeting mates, meeting new mates, like guys that I would never thought I would. When I was a civvy, I was like, I would never ever hang about you, that fucking idiot. But now when I see them, even like now, like there's one guy I'm not gonna mention him because Scott Mackay.
Scotty, you lasted 3 seconds there. This boy clearly likes you.
Scott Mackay.
That's true friendship.
Me and Scott. Well, me and Ginge. That was his nickname, Ginge. Me and Ginge didn't get on to start with.
That's usually how the best teams end up there.
No, we didn't get on because I remember he came walking in and he was a jock and he made on that he was a full screw.
Aye.
And he came walking into the room. He's like, "You put your heels together when you speak to me." Of course, I'm like, "I'm sorry, Corporal. Sorry, Corporal." And of course, he started laughing. I was like, "You're a fucking prick." But we did. Well, I mean, honestly, me and Scott used to have fucking mental scraps with each other. But see now, he could phone me now and say, "I need help." I'd be doing it on that shot. He's a really good guy, really funny guy. It's just mad some of the stuff we used to get up to. But the friends, the travelling, the travelling as well.
Where did you go? Like
Ireland, Canada.
Is that Battis?
No,
Canada.
we was at Wainwright.
Wainwright.
Camp Wainwright, yeah. We was there for Pond Jump West. Can't remember how long we was there for. There's a few stories there, I'll tell you.
I never got to go to Canada. I was gutted there.
Oh, Canada was amazing. I absolutely loved it out there. Absolutely loved it. So just some of the stories I probably couldn't even tell you. But I did enjoy my time in the army. Would I go back? Now, knowing what I know, I would go back. But I would, if my son turned around to me and said, "Dad, I want to join the army," I would say, "Join the engineers. Join. Then I go for infantry. Then I go for."
Oh, guys.
Can go for a Remy, go for something like that.
I'd tell them to go to the RAF.
Aye,
Ken,
yeah.
Honestly, see new, it's a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It is.
You can apparently the numbers. There's only 70,000 now in the army.
Yeah, it's bad.
Technically, it's not an army.
No, it's not.
I think you need 100,000 for it to be classified as an actual army.
Yeah.
So it's a fighting force.
Yeah.
Which is fucking embarrassing.
It is. I mean, when we was in Northern Ireland, we were there for the Orange Marches, Portadown. And that was 99, 98, something about that time. And we got all these different photos, like, look out for this guy, if you see him, look out for this guy. Yeah, that's fine. So we're walking about, patrolling about. I was there for weeks, nothing was happening. I was like, fuck. Of course, the marches started, and of course, there's a few fucking hoo-has. There's a water cannons. We were the first battalion to get water cannons out, and so there was a few scuffles. And Johnny Adair was big. He was big back then. He was well wanted. And I mind patrolling in the street, and I'm just looking. This big black Mercedes comes up towards me. I'm looking. That's a fucking nice car. That's a really nice car. Cause you can hear it. Yeah. So it drives past, and I'm looking. In the passenger seat was Johnny. I'm like, oh yeah, fucker. So he drove past me. So I'm like, right, what do I do here? So I went to grab a radio.
Aye.
Took a hold of the radio. And when you hear a car going in reverse,
aye.
I was like, fuck. It came up alongside me. A window went down, and I still had my hand on the radio. I didn't click a button or anything, and I looked at him. And he's like, all right, son. I goes, all right, Johnny. He's like, I wouldn't even fucking bother. So I just felt like that. Okay.
Fucking hell.
He just drove off. I was like, fuck.
Probably made the right choice.
Fuck, that was a scary fucking guy.
It's interesting because he would have been young, yeah.
Aye,
you would have been quite young then.
Aye, yeah, but he was.
No, I mean you.
Oh, me, aye, I was young.
You would have been quite young.
I was 19.
It's there's so many as you can tell there. Like a moment like that, that's an intimate moment.
Yeah.
That's not like there's all these stories of big battles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's often the little idiosyncratic kind of moments, like the weird kind of things that only just happen for a brief blip.
Yeah.
But they fucking stick with you.
But the thing is, I'll never forget that.
Right.
And I don't think he'll ever forget that either. I mean, he's nothing now. He's a nobody now. But back then he was a fucking big team player, massive player. But yeah, I'll never forget it. I wouldn't even fucking bother, son. I just remember it. I was just like, and I actually, but at that point I was at like, I'm not scared of fucking nobody. If anybody's gonna fucking take it, then. But I was scared that day. I was just like,
that's fear. See these fucking lying bastards. Like back in the day, no fear. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Ken, if you're not afraid, then you're something wrong with you, Ken.
Something wrong, yeah.
But that's fucking interesting.
Yeah, Johnny Mad Dog Adair. My dad, he knows him. My dad's from Northern Ireland. He's ex-military as well. I've said stuff to you about my dad and whatnot. We want to go into that, but yeah, he was his wife, because my dad, he's got a really thick Northern Ireland, mad dog, and his fucking wife, mad bitch.
Everything the Irish say sounds good.
Oh, okay.
It's just it's so fucking good. I love listening to them. So I mean, obviously it's amazing that you've served your country and that, fucking many of us, have, but we've all got our own experiences.
Yeah.
But you're a bit of a struggle when you came out, didn't you?
Yeah. When I came out, that's when things started going majorly wrong. Now I thought, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm a civvy now. I can do what I want. I can do this. I can do that. And I got out, and I didn't have anyone to tell me what to do. Like I had no one.
Yeah.
Like at this point, my granny was older, so I couldn't really stay with her.
Okay.
My mum and my stepdad didn't get on with them. So I was just kind of like sofa surfing, really.
Okay.
I stayed with my mate out an inch. His mum and dad put me up for a while. And because I wasn't working, I had money saved up for the army, but because I wasn't working, I thought, well, fuck am I going to do today? I'll just go to the bar. Just get pissed up. Like a Tuesday night, fucking steaming, and everyone thought I was funny. I look at Scotty, okay, he's fucking, because when I'm in a bar and I'm drinking, I sit and I can be I'm just. It sounds like I'm fucking tooting my own whistle here, but
No, speak your mind,
I'm
Paul.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're a fucking riot.
Yeah,
Ken,
I think
it's okay to admit that you're a fucking riot. Because in the day, man, right? That's why we fucking go to the pub.
Exactly.
But I mean, go there.
But I used to like do like stupid magic tricks and like crazy stuff. Folk would say to me, "Go and do that." I'd be like, "Yeah, fucking right, I'll do that."
Aye.
Just random shit. But then it got to a point where I was just like, oh, "What the fuck am I doing? Okay, this is getting stupid now." Okay, like I would wake up on a Wednesday morning, and I'm like, oh, "I need a drink," and it's like
That's when you can. It's bad.
This is bad. This is really really bad. So then I was like, I kind of sorted myself out a wee bit. Moved into town. Went to Aberdeen. One of my mates in Aberdeen. Started working. I was welding for a couple of companies and making pretty decent money. And then my daughter was born. Now that was a crazy one, but my daughter was born. My daughter's mum wouldn't let me see her. She would not let me see her at all.
That's hard.
Tried
That's
everything.
hard.
Now 9 times out of 10, I think most folk would just be like, "Ah, fuck it, it's just a kid." I don't. But I was like, it was something weird. I always wanted to be a dad because I never really had a dad growing up. I wanted to be
We're so
the
similar.
dad figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Do you not think it's interesting how that a lot of men who grow up without a dad, some of them tend to go, "Well, I don't know how to be a dad, so that's why I'm not a good one."
yeah,
But you've chosen, and I recognise that, which I admire about you.
yeah,
You've said to yourself, "Well, I've struggled with this kind of
Yeah.
feelings, so I'm going to be a good one."
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I says. I said to her, "Listen, I want to be a dad to her. I want to be there for her."
Mhm.
She was like, "No, you're not doing this. You're not doing that. You're not getting to see her." Blah blah blah. So it went by about 7 months went past before I could even see her, and eventually I went to a solicitor, and the solicitor's like, "Right, we'll get this sorted out." And I'm thinking, yes, we'll get this sorted out. We'll be able to see her next week. 18.5 grand later, that's how much it cost. 18
Ken,
and
that's,
a half
that's
grand.
fucking.
And
That's,
it went on for about 3 years, 3.5 years. It was about. Amy was about 4 when I was really in her life
Mhm.
full time, but she knew who I was.
Aye.
I was like photos and stuff like that, and but yeah, 18.5 grand it cost me. And when Amy was 6 months old, again I was still quite bad in the drink, in fact, really bad in the drink. I'd get up in the morning and be like, "Right, Saturday, especially a Saturday. Right, okay, we're going out in the sesh. Yes, okay." So I would phone folk up and they were like, "Well, no, I'm working, or I'm going to be with my wife, my
Aye,
missus,
aye.
or I'm going to the fit bar." I'd be like, "Oh, I've got nobody to go with, haven't I?" So I would just go to the bar myself, just start speaking to folk and whatever. And I'd never thought about suicide until that day. That day, I was sat in the Queen Vic in Rosemount,
Okay.
sat in there, and I was like, "I'm gonna kill myself." You know what I mean?
Was it really just?
I was
clear
just
as
like,
that?
I was just sitting there, and I'm looking about. And folk are laughing and hearing a laugh and hearing they're our friends, and I'm just sitting there myself, and I'm like, I have got nobody. Okay, I could phone because I was at that point for, like, all my mates were like getting settled and doing and stuff like that, and I was like, I have got nobody, not a soul, not I couldn't even phone my mum and say, "Look, mum," because she wasn't interested. So I sat in the Queen Vic and I had a pint. I says, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to do today.
Just as clear as that.
I'm going to do it. So I sat and I drank and I drank and I drank, and I went to, it's called the 210 Bistro now, but before then it was some rundown place in Torrey. It was just a hole. So I get to in there and I was drinking the nips and stuff. Right, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'll go to Cove. So I phones a taxi, picks up. "Can you take me up to the Cove Bay Hotel?" Yeah, okay, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Cool, no worries. So I'm sitting there and I'm vodka and coke. And do I text somebody? What do I do? Do I tell them I'm going to do this? And what happens if I jump off and I'm never found? And just all this stuff was going through my head, and I'm thinking, right, okay, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Nobody needs to ken. Taxi came, jumped in the taxi. Taxi driver, "Oh, how's it going, boss?" "Ah, ain't bad, mate. Yeah, yapping away. And so it looks like you've had a fair scoop today." "Ah, yeah. So you got up to you got up to Cove Bay Hotel. So halfway there, I'm like, in fact, I tell you what, I was going to take me to Burnbacks Village, because I was going to walk for the Cove Bay Hotel to Burnsbacksville as far as the cliffs are. But it's a hell of a walk. so I said, so fuck it, I might as well go out in the middle, man, and just go straight here.
Fuck's sake.
I said to him, go and take me to Burnbanks Village. He's like, oh yeah, no worries. He says, there's no a bar there. I said, no, I can. All right, what have you gone here for? And this was me shouting, screaming at him. I'm going to want to throw myself off cliffs. I've just had enough.
You actually said it to him?
Yeah, I looked at him and he was like, I seen him and he's driving. He's like, yeah? I said, I want to throw myself off a cliff. Oh, fucking hell. And then he pulled into Burnsbank Village. That'll be £15, please, mate. Just left me there.
That's how I thought that story was about to end.
Yeah. He just turned around and says, that'll be £15.
You're fucking joking.
Left me.
I actually was playing that through my head. I'm like, this has got to be like a moment where a man comforts a man.
No, didn't even look back. I got out of the car and I was like, and he drove off and I was like, now, for a long time, I fucking hated that taxi driver for what he did. But a lot of folk have said to me, maybe he was going through the same kind of thing. And maybe he thought, I can't deal with this. I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, that's what I was like.
It isn't his responsibility.
Yeah, no. So.
Still shocking, though.
I mean, I've never met Guy again, but I couldn't even tell you what he looks like. But anyway, so I guess the cliffs. Now, as you go towards the cliffs, there's a bridge that goes over the railway line. Doing a little lane, doing another little lane. There's a big, massive house, right on the cliff. A beautiful house, like looks right out into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked past there, and I was like, right, and it was getting about 7 o'clock. It was getting quite dark. It was just like, okay. I'm saying to myself, oh, I better watch that far. It's getting dark again. Fucking hell. So I'm walking along, and I'm like, right, okay. So I'm on the edge, and I'm stood, and I'm looking down, and I could see the waves crashing. I'm thinking, right.
Fearsome, like.
Yeah. I was thinking, I need to time this, because I now want to hit the cliffs, and break my fucking legs, and then I need to time this right, so I'm going to it's just going to be quick. I was like, right, okay, so I'm sat there, and I'm like...
And you're drunk at this point, or not?
Well, I was kind of sobering up.
Okay.
So I was kind of like, right, okay, this is it. And I kept going like, fucking hell. Okay, right, okay, here we go. Right, and I'm looking down, and I was like, right, okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, fucking hell. And I'm like, right, shake it off. Come on, let's just fucking do it. Just get it done. And in my head, I'm like, you're going to fucking do this. Right, here we go. So I took 2 steps back, and I just heard this. Are you okay? I was like, fuck. And at the time, it was great big weeds and stuff. So I kind of kneeled down behind this weeds, right? And she goes, I can see you. And I looked, and here's this woman stood there. And I stood up, and I just fucking broke down. Completely broke down. She was like that. Come away from the edge a wee bit, eh? So I kind of took a step back, and she goes, come here a minute, and she held her hand out, and I'll never forget it. And I thought, that's the first person that's showed me any kind of, I wouldn't say love, but any kind of like concern in years. So I took her hand, and she was like, come with me. So I walked up, and I was like, look, I'm just going to go. And she goes, no, just come with me, you'll be all right. And so she took me up to the house. She'd been in this big house. And she goes, are you okay? I says, nah. I says, I really am. She goes, come on in. I'll put a kettle on and whatever. So I was still fucking wee bit boozy, wee bit fucking confused. Not getting what the hell was going on. She goes, right, here, seat. I'll put a kettle on. She goes, do you need me to phone anybody? I says, no. I says, I've nobody to phone anyway. I says, it doesn't matter. I'll just go home. She goes, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, right? She goes, I'm not trying to scare you away. She goes, but I'm going to phone the police. I says, fuck that. And she goes, listen, you're not doing anything wrong. Okay, I'm going to phone the police. They'll come and get you. They'll see you all right. So I sat there and I had a cup of tea with her, and she yapped away. And I says, listen, I'm really sorry. I says, I shouldn't be putting this on you. So I started fucking spouting off just all sorts of crap, bawling and greeting.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to me, Scott, if I had £1 for every time I pulled somebody off this cliffs, I wouldn't have to bide in this house. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And I was like, holy fuck. That's mental.
So that's obviously like a spot.
There's been a few folk doing it there, aye. So
that's like your like Golden Gate Bridge kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like a preferred spot.
Yeah, that's where folk go, because there has been a few folk doing it, like not recently, but like I've heard a few folk do it. And the police picked me up. They took me home. They never took me to the police station. Took me to my mate's house.
Aye.
Made sure I was alright. They said they were going to come and see me the next day, so make sure you're in. I was like, yeah, okay. So I went my mate was like, what the fuck's going on here? Have you been up to? And I was like, nothing. I was just leave it. I went out my bed. Next day, copper came in about. Sure enough, he was brand new. Took me down to the station. Made sure I was alright. He says, is there anybody you need me to phone? I says, you better phone my mum, just to let her care if it's happened. So she phoned my mum, and obviously all that finale kicked off. And then I says to myself, right, I need to get myself sorted out, because this is stupid. I've got a 6-month-old daughter. I'm saying to myself, I have got folk that care about me, but at the time I didn't think I did, but I did. But it was just me being big bravado. Nobody gives a fuck about me. I'm fuck it, whatever. And I went to mental health Aberdeen. Well, I went to the doctor first, and they were pretty useless, but they put me to mental health Aberdeen, where I met oh God, what's her name? Astrid from Mental Health Aberdeen, and she, within 2 minutes, she broke me. She broke me within 2 minutes. Like,
I think she's still there.
Yeah, no, she's just no long left.
Aye,
she's no long left.
Astrid's lovely.
Yeah, and she broke me. Like, she completely broke me. But
how?
Because she just tore me down.
How did she do it?
She got to the bottom of far all my problems started.
And where did it start?
It wasn't in the army.
Really?
It was way back when I was young.
Childhood.
Yes. And obviously, nahin the best childhood. I had a really rough upbringing. I was beaten up really badly. Just a shitty upbringing. Just a shitty upbringing, and that's how it all started. And I just like when she took me in that room, because Donna was with me at the time. She took me in the room, and she Donna was like, I've never seen you like that, because you're so like, and you're so like, I'll deal with this.
It's ego, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah, ego.
But she said I was shaking. I was just like, and I was just, and I would recommend anybody, if you've ever got any thoughts like that, go see them. Book appointment. Go see them. Even if you just, it doesn't have to be them. Phone somebody. Just speak.
Anybody.
Speak to somebody. That's all it takes, just to speak to somebody.
Speaking is the first and most important like doorway to healing.
Yeah.
And healing is such a weird word, I think, actually, because you never stop healing. There's always room for improvement and being better. But you're touching on something here I think is really valuable, and I think a lot of people need to hear. There's a lot of stuff that I put on the internet of, fun and laughter and jokes and stuff like that. And I've been questioning myself lately, like, most of that's, it's genuine.
Yeah.
But I was like, is this a front?
Yeah.
I was like, is this me putting a front out there?
Uh-huh.
And I've done a lot of work. So this last year, I did a lot of therapy, and I didn't really tell anyone, because I kept finding myself in the same variation of a relationship where I wasn't valued.
Yeah.
And I'm pouring myself into this other person, and I'm not getting back what I need.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I giving all this love, but I'm getting scraps back?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does this keep happening to me? And it's fucking tiring, and it's really hurtful.
Yeah.
And then what comes out is anger, resentment, and argumentative shit. And you're like, I don't think I'm wrong. And, and you're like, this isn't how I want to live. I don't want to be this person.
Yeah.
But I'd fixed all the PTSD stuff. So I was like, well, it's not that. And there'll be years I wouldn't drink. I'm like, well, it's not that. What the fuck is it?
Yeah.
Childhood.
Yeah.
And I sat down, and a few therapists, and they all said the same thing. You've got some deep locked trauma from your childhood, and I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never ready for this.
Yeah.
Until I did it. And so I'm agreeing with you, mate. I am totally standing by you as your friend, ex-fucking forces, brother, mate. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men especially.
Yeah.
Probably, most men, it's some trapped shit from the past. That we've ended up in the army because we've been running away from something. And then we tumble through this career. Now, not everyone, because some people have a great career.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some people come out and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But most of us.
Aye. Are completely broken.
Broken.
Yeah.
Even today.
Yeah.
I went for a walk without the phone, as I was telling you, and I took a book with me, And the book is called A Gentle Reminder. It's nothing fancy.
Yeah.
It's written by this lass. I can't remember the woman's name. I'll put a fucking thing up later. But it's called A Gentle Reminder, and it's all to do with learning how to forgive yourself because relationships haven't gone the way you've hoped that they would go.
Yeah.
The relationship with friends, family, yourself. And it was 2 chapters in. I was reading it at the bench in Coots up beside Baccagarty. Sun's beating down. And I practiced what it said,
Mm-hmm.
Start forgiving yourself. And I've done a lot of self-forgiveness. It can't hurt. I'm walking back. This is weird. I'm walking back and I'm like, right, I forgive myself for getting drunk at one night and getting into a scrap. That was stupid. Right, I'm sorry I fucking did. I'm sorry I got angry at my son. I'm sorry I got... And I'm like, fucking hell, there's a lot I need to be fucking sorry.
Yeah.
See, by the time I got back to the house, I was like, I feel fucking ace.
Yeah.
And that's just me for me. And I knew coming here today, I was in a good space.
Yeah.
But what kind of stuff did you do that helped you through?
I even now, as you know, I think I was put on this planet to help other people. That's what I think. Now, as I said, growing up, I had a shitty upbringing, joined the army, a few shitty times in the army, and I never did any help for anyone else. It was all about me. I had to fucking figure myself out. I'm first. And it wasn't until I left the army I thought, right, that's, like, obviously all that carry on with Cove and stuff like that. Because after a suicide attempt, I'd never ever go back here. Never. I says to myself, never.
To Cove.
Never out of the cliffs. Never
Okay.
out of the cliffs. And I says to myself, right, I'm gonna start saving, raising money for different charities. I'm gonna start help people, stuff like that. And I says, well, the first people I'm gonna help is Mental Health Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Because they help me. I says, told them that what had happened, and I'm not very sure what I wanted to do and stuff. And I was sat at him, and I says to myself, right, I'm gonna abseil the cliff where I was going to jump off.
Fucking hell. That's honestly, there's comedy in that.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
There's a bit of grace in there as well.
It was more like I'm gonna do it because even driving and passing the train, I felt sick. Just looking at it, I couldn't even look at it. I was just like, nah.
So do you think it's just like kind of overcoming some kind of demon with it?
Yeah. I just said to myself, right, I'm gonna abseil that cliff.
Fuck's sake.
Either that, or I'm gonna find a way at the bottom, and I'm gonna climb up it.
Aye.
One of the two. So I says, right, this is what I'm gonna do. So I contacted Adventure Aberdeen.
Mm-hmm.
They were the guys that did it, sort of do all the abseiling and stuff. Told them a story. Obviously, Mental Health Aberdeen got involved, and the story went fucking viral.
Aye.
It went absolutely viral. It was just, I put a post up on Facebook about my story, what had happened, blah 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 blah, and I think there was over like 5,000 shares. It was just mental.
That's
absolutely
a lot.
Crazy. There was
Right. For folk that didn't quite understand, 5,000 likes is big.
Yeah.
5,000 comments is unreal. 5,000 shares
it was mental.
is insane.
Mental. I was getting messages for UFC fighters in America.
Honestly?
I was getting messages for folk all over the world.
Isn't it Kenneth?
Yeah. I was, because at the time I was mega into UFC. I loved the UFC. I still am, but it's too fucking hell now.
You're doing nothing.
You're doing fucking
You're doing fucking nothing.
So and then Robert Whiteford, he messaged me. Who else was there? Colin Freak Show Fletcher, he messaged me.
Big shout out to the boys.
And I was just like, holy, this is fucking madness.
That's so nice to have that. You know? But with these messages of like nice stuff coming back,
were like, listen, I've seen your story, and I think what you're doing is fucking amazing, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm clicking on the page, I'm like, this is a wind up.
Aye.
And it was sure enough, it was a real McCoy, and ended up Robert Whiteford. I'm still friends with him now, and we talk back and forward.
Oh, that's
and
so
stuff
cool.
Like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, we decided, right, I'm gonna do this. So Astrid had said to me, she says, listen, I don't want you going there. I want you to go to the cliffs before you do this abseil, because if you go to the cliffs on the day of the abseil, you'll have a massive panic attack. You want to do it. We're not worried if you did do it.
Yeah.
But I ken you want to do it. I says, right.
That's good advice.
I says, right, okay. I says, I'll do it. I says, but I want you to do it with somebody else. I don't want you to do it on your own. I want you to do it with somebody you trust. I says, right, okay. So I went home and I says to Donna, I says, listen, I says, I need to go to this cliffs. And she was like, oh my fucking, oh Christ almighty. I says, I need to. I says, because if I didn't, I want to do it. I came for a fact, I want to do it. She was like, right, okay, well, we'll let you figure something out. We'll let you figure, because she goes, I can't go with you because of my leg and stuff. I says, right, okay, I'll figure something out. So I was at work. Donna text me. She's like, that's a few days later. I need a lift to Cove. I've bought a pair of hair straighteners. I'm like, aye, okay, whatever, fucking more money. So after work, jumps in the car. So I'm driving up to Cove and I'm like, far about in Cove is it? She goes, just go down this road here. So I'm driving along and I'm doing past the pub and that, and I'm like, oh, that's a fucking Cove Bay Hotel there. And I always say a wee homage to the place, kind of Cove Bay Hotel. There's a fucking right, okay, down here, down to the left.
Yeah.
I'm like, aye, we're coming out of Cove now. And she's like, just keep going. And I thought, fuck. And so I got to the bridge.
She's not daft.
She's like, stop the car. I was like, fuck. I was done. I can't do this. I says, I can't do it. And she's like, you're doing it now. You're doing it now, and that's it. It was absolutely lashing with rain, pouring with rain. So I get to the car, and I was like, right, okay. She goes, right, come on. She took my hand and just walked in, and we got to almost the point I thought I was, and I was like, no, that's enough. I says, I can't do it. And when we got back to the car, I broke down, just completely broke down. But I was so thankful because I couldn't think of somebody. I needed to think of somebody. I need somebody that can help me get to this cliffs. But I never ever thought I'd done it. Never ever. And I was so like, I said to her, I'm so glad it was you.
It's a bit of serendipity there, eh?
Yeah, I'm so glad it was you that got me there.
Yeah.
And after that, we just went closer and closer and closer, and eventually I was just at the park where I was going to jump, and I mind standing there because when I eventually got to that park, it was a beautiful day, roasting day, and I stood and I looked down it, and I was just like, it's so much more peaceful here now. I was just like, it's rather than the noise in my head, everything going on, and I was just like, I love it here, and I love coming back now.
Absolutely, I'm really happy to hear that. I'm glad for you, because it is weird, because I get that. There's some streets and spots in my life where just driving doing it, or you turn the corner and you're like, oh, aye, that's where that thing happened. Yeah. And then you can be, well, for me anyway, I'm off to the race. I say, my phrase is, I'm fucking off to the races. I'm off in a million directions at fucking warp speed.
Yeah.
And then it can be an hour or two later. Sometimes it can be a day later, and I'm like, fuck me, man, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Because it's just tumbled into a bunch of shitty emotions, a bunch of bad memories.
Yeah.
And all because I turned a corner on the street.
It's weird, is it?
It is
so weird.
I think it takes... a lot of people do speak about suicide, and it's a subject that needs conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Some people kind of glance over it, but you're taking us on a very personal dive here, and I'm very grateful, mate, because it takes a... When you get a plane them in, it takes a fucking set of bars, man.
Yeah, no, it
takes a big heart, and it takes a lot of courage.
I speak about it all the time now. All the time. Honestly, you would not believe the messages I get from folk. For our world again, for folk saying, I tried doing this in a senior story or a senior post. Because as you can, I post a lot about it. Just different, we need help. We need to do more.
You do, that's right, aye.
And messages come through all the time, and they're like, I'm just like, fuck. And some of them will say, you know, something that I was going to do it, but then I seen your post, and I'm like, fuck it, and I feel like I've done something. You know what I mean? I don't even care this guy. This guy's fucking could walk past me in the street.
Aye.
And he's like, yeah, I was feeling really shitty. I read your story, read your great long spiel that you put in, but after I read it, I felt better, and I went and got help. Went and got someone else, got someone sorted out.
You've just reminded me of something. When I was living in Portsoy, when I first started the charity work with Poppy Scotland years ago, and my fucking face was over the TV, and I'd come out to Cove in Portsoy, and there was this fucking length of a fucking man. I'm not joking, right? It was 6'5", maybe 6'4", 6'5". It looked like a tramp, big, old green kind of trench coaty, like kind of like a waxed jacket.
Yeah.
Kind of like a farmer's kind of jacket. Kind of, he was just a cumbersome fucking machine. Scruffy ginger fucking mop on his head and his big fucking white eyes and a big fucking tash. And I just came out of the shop. I had a burn with me, right? And he was just a fucking wee laddie then. And he just clocked me and I was like, oh, what's this? And he went, Steve? And I went, aye. And he just starts charging towards me. I felt my fucking fit go back. I'm like, I reckon fit's coming here. I can't take this boy, but I'm going to give him some fucking chap so I can run away. I was like, this is what I could do. And he's fucking charging towards me. And he just fucking grabs me and gives me the biggest fucking cuddle I've ever had of a fucking grown man that size.
Yeah.
He says, I served in Falklands. He says, I'm an absolute hermit and I live out in the fucking sticks. And I seen your fucking thing on the TV and I was just very grateful and like, keep doing the good work you're doing. And he just took off.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck, Ken.
Yeah.
But for a split second, I was like, this
gonna
cunt's going to fucking chop me, dude, Ken. But I read your posts. You've got some good stuff you put out there. I've definitely got to say, my favourite thing you do is the commitment. You are completely committed to the work that you do with the Barons in the boxing. Yeah. And
they're all my Barons, every one of them.
Right, I like that.
They're all my Barons.
But I mean, I'm struggling. Like, even just this week, I've got a fucking bandage on my ankle again. I'm not joking, Scotty, man. I am fucking broken, man.
Yeah.
My knee, it's popping again. My knee's popping and cracking all day. My ankles are like glass. My back is not doing too bad just now. But the fucking fire inside is like, I want to get back in the ring. I want to fight. I want to train. And I've been up a couple of times. You're like, Stevie, come on, let's go. So I'll come up that ring, Ken, I'm fucking in the car. Driving up to fucking Northfield, my car, Ken, fit in my plane, fucking, I have the tag. I'm like a Rocky 4 soundtrack every fucking time. And I'm like, let's fucking, and it's the hearts on fire, fucking driving up my car. That's it, Stevie. I'm in. I'm committed. I'm never going to fucking stop. An hour later, I'm crawling out. I just go, and you're like, you coming back on Wednesday? Oh, maybe. I get in and I'm in the bath. I'm like, fucking hell. And I see these fucking Barons and they're fucking jabbing a bucket, 12 jabs and I'm like, it's taking me a month to get back.
Yeah. Oh, aye. Them kids, some of them kids, obviously I'm not going to mention names, but a lot of them come from very, very poor backgrounds. And like I said, they're all my Barons. They're all my Barons, every one of them.
But I've seen you on the paths. I've seen you. You are committed. You're dedicated. Yeah. It's because you mind me, you were a Baron like there was folk at the youth club or something. They were kind of doing it, Ken.
Yeah.
You have got a connection. Yeah. You're for the area. Yeah. Ken. Yeah. You've got a connection to these Barons, and you're bloody good at it, pal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think only man, you work for a living, and
yeah.
You've got a missus, you've got the Barons. Yeah. You've got enough on your plate.
Yeah. 4 nights a week. Yeah. 4 nights a week. Work full time. And the only reason that sounds terrible saying that. The only thing that keeps me there is my boy, but my boy trains as well. But see, it's funny because he's not bad. He's not a bad guy. He's alright. He's pretty. He could be better, but you know, that's just the way I am. You're always going to be one step better. But when I'm in there, and every kid in that place, Joey to little Simon, we'll call him, they're on the same level. Mm-hmm. Like if I tell them to do something, they do it, and that's it. But I'm not doing it in a nasty way. Mm-hmm. I'll shout and I'll scream and I'll do for everyone else and I'll give them encouragement and whatever else. But every single one of them, I'll give them a high five. I'll ask them, are you all right? Did you here for your supper? Make sure, just little things like that, to make sure they're eating, and just little things like that. And I just try and make them feel like they're part of something. Because again, growing up, I'd never had any of that. I mean, I boxed when I was a kid, but I boxed when I was a kid because I had to. Mm-hmm. Again, I didn't have a choice really. But now it's at a point where, like, kids are enjoying it. Again, they're coming in and they're loving it. I always make sure I get a laugh at every one of them.
There's some talent coming through
There's
there,
some
man.
major talent coming through. I mean, we've got Sonny Kerr. He's just been signed for Team GB.
Is he?
He's just
Well done, young
he's
man.
away to Finland today.
This is Byron Boxing, eh?
Byron Boxing Club. Yep, that's a place to
Big
be.
shout out.
Big shout out to Byron.
No, I mean honestly, it has got that kind of rocky feel,
Yeah.
kind of like a Mickey's gym.
Yeah.
It's got that
It's
feel.
not got the like the TVs and everything else up in it. It's just a raw. You've got your boxing ring. You've got your bags. You've got Kev. It's fucking screaming at Abdi.
But to be fair, like even I'm just a fucking middle-aged. I'm about to turn 45 in August, and
Just a whippersnapper.
fucking tell them that to my knees, man. But the respect. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the
Aye.
one thing you tick in there.
Yeah.
You respect it. You respect yourself. Self-respect.
Yeah,
Big thing.
Yeah.
And I think every Kenneth, there's just been conversation lately about bringing national service back. I'm against that. For me personally, I'm totally against it.
Yeah.
Because I think you need a certain kind of individual. Anyway, it
Yeah.
might be the wrong. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
But I do believe, especially for young laddies,
Yeah.
every young laddie should learn how to fight.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
In the ring, either UFC, judo, boxing,
Yeah.
for me, because it teaches you about yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking hard.
It teaches you, as Mike Tyson says, once you get punched in the face, it's not there.
Guinness,
It's really not there.
I got punched plenty fucking
Yeah.
times in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And it does level you.
Yeah.
It humbles you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ken.
And I've been humbled many, many times. Many times.
You wouldn't think it was that noseman.
Even
Yeah, man,
now,
you've dodged a
would
couple
you
of
believe 37 years I've done training and I have never broke my nose. Never broke my nose. That's why it's so fucking big.
Mine's is like quite squishy, yeah.
Never
I
broke-
no, man. I really I wanted to speak about the boxing quite a bit because I admire a man that can do something like that. You're a fantastic role model. You really fucking are. Oh well, I've got you here. We did the work with Stu for Opcairn Gorms. We were up,
yeah.
we were up doing that, and myself and Stuart here in Pinfall. And we've done a amazing thing. We've built this documentary, and it's like so close. We're so excited. We sat and watched it before he came up. I was like, fucking so
Yeah.
exciting. Definitely need to get you up there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
there's a really nice guy. I won't say his name yet. He's a grey man.
Mhm.
Incredible individual who has been through similar
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
and he wants to do stuff with young offenders, like kids that are coming
Yeah.
through and they're heading like how we were.
Mhm.
And there's definitely a synergy here.
Yeah.
But I want to get you up so you can have a
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, aye.
No,
No, I'm up for that.
it
Yeah,
take-
I'll come up.
But there's
100%.
some really good stuff. But Ken, like you've touched on a couple of pretty
Yeah.
big things
See,
here.
but back to the fundraising side of things as well. I can't mind if I told you this before, but I was working with Leith in the quarries. And when I was organising the abseil, obviously it was on STV News and everything. Everyone knew me, fuck it.
STV News.
So and I had the old school fucking sponsor forms.
Okay.
We had the GoFundMe page and whatever else, but I had the old sponsor forms as well. And I was going through all the quarries and saying, look here, put your pen to paper. Come on, let's go. Give us a couple of pounds. And there was this guy that drove a dumper, a guy from London, and he was a pretty quiet kind of guy. And I'd heard in the background that he was an ex-copper, and I was like, oh, fucking copper, give it like. So I was working with him that day, and I walked up to him and I says, right, I can't remember his name now actually, but it's terrible at. But I walked up to him. I says, all right, mate. I says, do you want to sponsor me? He says, all right, okay. What are you doing? So I showed him a thingy, and I says, look, this is what happened, and just over there because I was at Cove, at the Cove Quarry, and I was wanting to jump off and blah blah blah. And I see him looking at me, and he turned in his seat. He took his glasses off, and he was like, "I always wonder if it happened to you." And I was like, "Sorry?" And he says, "I was a cop that came to see you the next day." I was like, "Fuck off." He's like, "I was a cop that came to see you the next day." I was like, "No, you were. Esselman Avenue, that's where you were biding." I was like, fucking hell, and he collapsed. I was like, holy shit, that was 11 years later. I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, what the He's like, yeah, I'm
That's
glad.
pretty
That's
powerful.
mental. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy
The
shit.
actual chances of that happening
Yeah,
are.
again, crazy.
But the fact that he remembered you and
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I always wondered if that happened to you. Because he said that you were such a happy-go-lucky guy, and I didn't think you were the type of person to do that. And even now, when I see you now, and I was joking and laughing, and here I giggle and whatnot.
how does that
Is
make
it-
you feel thinking back when you bring that up?
I don't know. I just think that I don't know. I think there was a lot going on that maybe shouldn't have been going on.
Like fit.
Alcohol, drugs, women, fighting, everything. Just everything. And like I said, in a Queen Vic that day, that's when it came to a head. Yeah, I mean that's when it came to a head. I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, can that film Superman when he turns bad
Aye,
And
Superman 3.
and he's pinging the peanuts off a mirror.
Aye, I
And
mind that.
I'm looking at a mirror behind the bar and I'm going, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, that was it. I'd never ever thought about it. Never thought. Obviously, it's gone through my mind a few times, but I'd never actually thought, this is it. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. This is the day. This is what's gonna happen today. Fucking mad.
What would you say to anyone who's in that space? Because it's a bundle of people say, like, what are the signs to look for? It's like there is no
There's not.
template.
Nobody in that bar would have known.
No, exactly,
going on in
right?
my head.
Nobody. But what would you say to someone who, if by chance they're listening to this or this gets shared or just out there, what would you say to that one person who is sitting on a bar stool, looking in a mirror, I want to book a taxi?
Yeah, I'd say. Then I get the same taxi driver as I did. No, I would.
Oh, that's an instant fucking shot. That's gone right. That's gone right on the shots, man. Fucking hell, I love it, man.
No, I would say, speak to people. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter who it is. If you've got a friend, speak to your friend. If you've got a fucking dog, speak to your dog. You know
It
what I mean?
really is just coming
Just
down to
get
just
it out
get
of
it
your
out.
system. Get it out of your system. Like I said back then, I had nobody. Well, I thought I had nobody. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I didn't think I had anybody. But it wasn't until actually maybe 6 weeks after that incident, I realised maybe I did have a few folk that I could have probably turned to and spoke to. And it's just everyone's life's busy. Everyone's busy. I'm constantly spouting.
But nobody's too busy to take that
no.
phone call.
Like I say, I'm constantly busy. I've never ever stopped. My phone never stops. I never stop. But if I get a message, depending on what I'm doing, I'll check it within a couple of minutes just to see if I'll check. Right, okay, I can reply to that in an hour. But if it's a message somebody, if it's like yourself or somebody else, say, look, I need fucking help. Then I'd be like, right, okay. I'd stop what I was doing. And I'd be like, right, okay, poof. I had a guy 2 weeks ago. I want to go into it, but a guy that I look up to, like really look up to, and I think if a shit hit a fan, I would want him on my side.
Aye.
And he said to me, "I need help."
Really?
And I was like, "Fuck! I did not expect that for you."
People are going through a lot. People
Yeah.
are going through a lot. I mean, you can get into the semantics of the whole thing, but there's so many factors. But the major ones: money, relationships, loneliness.
Loneliness is a worst. Is the worst one.
That came into conversation yesterday. The loneliness epidemic. Big words. But then I actually, I'm a little bit ashamed to admit this. I hadn't researched it. I've lived it.
Yeah.
So I know I know the research. I know how it feels. I've spoken about it, not in depth, but a little bit. I say that I fucking put posts online that went and hit millions of people and stuff because I was lonely and I was fucking breaking apart.
Yeah.
But I actually did some Googling yesterday. I Googled the loneliness epidemic, and the first 5 New York Times, the and I'm like, okay, these are big fucking print media stuff, and I'm clicking on it and I'm like, holy fuck. I'm reminded that it's never just see the word mental health. It isn't just mental health. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's how you feel about yourself 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
You might feel differently at 10.
Yeah.
You know, and it could be. It's usually the smallest integer of a thing that pivots you into that shitty spiraled nightmare.
See, it's strange for me. I can like I say, I like a laugh and a giggle, and I'm the guy that sits in the kitchen at 3 o'clock in the morning telling jokes and shit like that. But it something can, like I say, something can happen. Like it's silly. I'm making a cup of tea in the morning. I take a lid off of milk that falls on the floor. That fucks my whole day up. It just goes from shit to shitter. You know what I mean? And by about 3 o'clock, I'm ready to fucking kill somebody, and that's just my way of thinking. And I'm terrible for it. I'll fire out at folk that I shouldn't be, and I snap at people that I shouldn't be, and I get angry and I get pissed off. But
it's called being human.
Yeah.
See, this whole thing about this perfectionist lifestyle, like wake up, do your journaling, do your 3 things, and you'll be set up for it. Fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nice.
Yeah.
But life is life. It's gonna fucking kick you in the balls sometimes, and they can be happy a day every fucking day.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. Like we want to be good, but you're honestly you're fucking real for feeling those things, mate.
Exactly. Like I said, the boxing helps a lot. The boxing does help a lot because I feel like it's a release. It's not me, it's getting in the ring, thank fuck. Now I'm too old for that, carry on. I like to be this side of the ropes. But it is a release. Like, seeing kids coming in and they're just a shadow of themselves. They're so quiet, they're just, I can't what they're doing. Who do I speak to? Who do I look? 6 weeks later, you're maybe thinking, right, I think this kid's maybe ready to fight. When we get a wee exhibition, you'll say to them, look, you keep going, you'll get a wee exhibition, and you see, oh, fuck, so what's that mean? My mum will get to see me fight? Yeah, your mum will get to see you fight. So another 6 weeks later, they're fucking in the ring, and they're snapping jabs, they're kicking heads back, and you're like, that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? I have just made this kid who didn't even want to speak to me, to the point where I'll say, see you later, pal, at the end of the night, and they'll be like, see you later, you fud.
And there's a bond.
Aye, yeah. And I'll take it as a laugh, because he wouldn't have never come out fud during the class, or kick his cunt. but no, like there's a bit of banter there, and kids are brilliant. Love them all.
Amazing work. Scotty, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so fucking much for coming on. Definitely need to get you back on because
there's lots.
There's some stories we need to unpack and unravel here. But honestly, this is really massive shout out to you for that story. I need to take a drink of water. I've had a tickly cough all week and I've been trying to hide it.
I will say this though. There's a where's the camera? Camera's right here. Is that a camera? I will say this. There's a lot of people out there that are seething that I'm succeeding. Do you see me now?
Just hinting at that in there, did you? No, I mean, here, there's a lot to be said for men who, I think a lot of men are like this. We're so busy chasing success that we don't actually stop to take stock of what we've achieved so far.
Yeah.
But you are doing brilliant, pal. You are.
Appreciate it.
And, it's easy to do brilliant for oneself.
Yeah.
Which is a thing in its own. But to be out there, you are part of the community.
Yeah.
And that, mate, is it's a testament.
I'm only just getting started.
I like it.
I'm only just getting started.
Nice one, pal. No, we'll get you on. We'll get you on again. But thanks for this, mate. I'm much appreciated.
No worries at all.
Happy days.
Happy days. Happy with that now.
Brand new, man.
That was good, yeah. I enjoyed that.